In this video, I'm going to show you how you can install open source software to give you an entire media experience on your home computer. This is absolutely free software as it is open source. Now, there are a lot of things that you get with this once you install it. You will install some add-ons, and then you'll be able to get music and videos and lots of other things. So the first thing, of course, we're going to have to do is go and install it. So we're at XMBC. That's the software XMBC Media Center. So you can get it at xmbc.org. So let's go to download. Okay, and then you're going to find whichever system you're using here. So as you can see, it's available on Windows, Linux, OS X, Android, and then Raspberry Pi, iOS, ATV, and XMB Ubuntu. So it's available on a wide variety of systems. So just find the one you want. And of course, the installation procedure is going to be different depending on which system you're using. But I'm going to be using Windows on this demo, so we'll be installing it on Windows. So we just wait for this to finish downloading, and then we'll install. Okay, now you'll see that we downloaded the most recent stable version, but if you roll down here, they got some merchandise here, but you can also get the current beta version if you want to test out the beta version. And then there are monthly builds as well, the nightly builds, and source code. So there you can get anything you want here. If you want to try something new or the newest, you can do that. But the problem with those is that you're likely to find some bugs, and that's the chance you take when you use a build like that. Okay, so let's go on with the install. And it's very straightforward, just like most Windows installs. Okay, so it's just got an installer here. It's got the GNU license here, so read through it, make sure you agree to it, and then agree. Now, here, when you choose the components you want, and it defaults to a whole bunch of them here. Now, you also have something here called a PVR, where you can use PVR software to record TV stations and stuff like that. So if you have that ability on your computer, like a video card, you can use that. Okay, so choose what you want there. The defaults are usually what you want, and if you want the PVR add-ons, you'll click that as well. Let's click next. Here is where it's going to install it. Usually you would leave that alone, but you can change it if you like. Next. Okay, so it's going to create a program group. And then away we go. Okay, so we just let the installer run here. And first it's going to extract everything. And after that, we'll go through the rest of the install process. Okay, so once it finishes there, you'll get this window. And you can just click run here. And then click finish, and that's all there is to it to get it set up. Okay, now the first time you run XMBC on Windows, it will appear and it will take up your entire screen. So the way to get it to Windows mode is to hit the Alt key and then hold it down and then hit enter, and then you'll get into Windows mode like this. You can also do it in the settings. Let's just make this a little bigger here. Okay, so when you roll your mouse along, you can go through the different parts here. Okay, so you have system, it'll show you things about your system info, profiles, file manager, and settings. You have programs, okay, and it'll show you the helps here the first time you run it. Okay, so in the programs, we click get more. We will find our program add-ons. So these are all different open source programs that we can install. Okay, I'm not going to install any of these, but I'll show you how to add the add-ons in music. Okay, so let's go back. We have music, and then you have add-ons and files. So it'll scan your computer for files, or you can add music add-ons. You have videos, again, it'll scan your computer for files, and you have video add-ons. Pictures, these would be your picture add-ons, and then the weather. Okay, so let's start with music. Okay, so let's go over to music. Okay, so we have music add-ons and add source. So if we do add source, This will be where we find the music on our computer. So when we point to that, it'll bring in our music list. So let's do a browse here. And then, okay, so I picked my music directory here. I'll click OK. And now we can enter a name for this media source here. So music is fine. Click OK. And there, it's going to now go and get the music for us. So if we click on music, okay, so now what it's doing is it's going through and cataloging the music that's on the system for us. Okay, so there it is there. So we can play this right from within XMBC. So let's hit back here. And you can get music add-ons now. So if we click Get More here, it goes out and finds any add-ons that we can install here. So let's just find one that we want to put on here. Okay, so let's say Sky FM. So you click that, and then you get a window like this. So it tells you about what the add-on is, Sky FM. Click Install, and just like that, you have Sky FM installed on your system. You see over here that the add-on is enabled. Okay, so if we go back now here, there's Sky FM. So if we click on that, you see it's working here. Okay, so now it's telling us it may have found some new channels. So now what we get when we look over here are what's in Sky FM. So say we want to go to 80s rock hits. Okay, so it's now playing that. Okay, so let's close that. All right, let's go back. So that's music, and then they basically all work the same. So if we go back to home now, and then we go over to videos, we have the same thing here. Okay, so we can go over here now, and we can go to files, and then we can add our video files. Okay, I'm not going to do that, but it would work the same as music. It'll scan through and find all your videos. But let's go to video add-ons, get more. Okay, and then you have all kinds of different things you can add for video add-ons. Okay, so you go through and find which ones you want. Let me just put one on here that I want to use. Okay, so let's say classic cinema. So it brings up, again, just the same as what we saw with music, as a summary over here. Okay, and it tells you where they're found at classiccinemaonline.com. Old movies, TV shows, Google videos, and archive.org. So these are going to be really old ones, probably 20s and 30s, but we'll install that. Okay, so now let's go back. You see here it's downloading. It's at 93%, so we'll just let that finish. Okay, so the add-on's enabled now. And you'll see enabled up in here. So if we go back one now, and here's our classic cinema. So if we click on that, it's going to load it up. Okay, again, it gave us a message that some things may be added to it. So we have movie billboards, serials, and silent films. So you pick the category you want, and then it'll load up what's in there up to your computer here. Okay, so here we are. We have animated, comedy, romantic, documentary. As you see, it's broken down. So go into the topic you like, say documentaries, and it'll bring up a list of those. Okay, and then all you do is select one, and it'll play that video right in here for you. Okay, so let's select that one. It's opening the stream. Okay, this is just some settings you can set here. Let's just click OK. Okay, so here it is playing here, and then you can set this to full screen. And you got some different controls over here. So you can set it the way you want it to play, and away you go. Okay, so you can also change the density sometimes. This will be a single, but you may be able to get HD on some of these. Okay, and then just click stop and you're back to here. Okay, so let's go to home here. Okay, and then you have the same thing with pictures. So you can get picture add-ons, and then you have weather, and then of course it shows the weather for you. Okay, let's go back home. Now, when you're let's go into videos here. You'll see a little box appears over here. So you can filter your list the way you want to view it. So view list, sort by name, filter, hide, watch, search, stack, flatten. There'll be different things here depending on what you're in. Okay, now whenever you have something you really want to come back to, like favorites, that's what this is for. So if you add something to favorites, you can click on this and it'll bring your favorites. To exit out of here, you click on here. Now, exit will exit out of the program. You can power off your system, custom shutdown timer, suspend, hibernate, and reboot. So these all control your computer, except for exit, which exits out of XMBC. Okay, just to finish up here, let's go over to System and Settings. And this is where you set your XMBC settings. Okay, so appearance. Okay, so this is where you can set the different appearance. Okay, so startup window, home window, international, file list, screensaver. So you can set all these different things up here. Okay, video, live TV, music, pictures, weather, add-ons, services, and system. Okay, so you can do all sorts of configuration in there. Okay, so there you go. Now you have the information you need to get started with XMBC.